I was American born, and I'll die in America.
Welcome to our group. Welcome to Defenders 7. Defenders 7 has so much knowledge, and this ought to show it right here.
Do you or someone you know suffer from depression? If so, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Defenders 7 Saturday night survival broadcast with your hosts, Lieutenant General Christopher Weathers, co-host Colonel Kimberly PURVIS, and myself, the General of the Defenders 7, Bobby Ormsby. Welcome. Before we get on with our show, I need to read our disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on Defender 7 radio show and Facebook page are those of the callers and or authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Defenders 7. That being said, welcome everybody once again. We always have a really good show. We do enjoy it when you participate and give us your thoughts, your opinions. Everybody's thoughts and opinions count here. Now, if you're new just tuning in, we have a website, all lowercase letters, www.defenders, Roman numeral V as in Victor, with 2 small i's.com. Now, on our website, you'll find that we have a store and a donate button. All proceeds, 100%, go back to our communities throughout all 50 states in a time of need. That means we give back to our communities during a natural disaster or a shit hits the fan situation. So please, by all means, purchase something from the store or click that donate button. Every dollar helps. Please, help us to help you and your community. We can be reached on MeWe by typing in and clicking on organizations, scrolling down to Defenders 7 Humanitarian American Patriot Group, or on our Facebook national page by typing in the search box all capital letters Defenders 7. Now, before you hit that join button, just know we expect all of our members and our future members to participate throughout everything we do in the Defender 7. That's training, survival skills, disaster relief, etc. Meet and greet, which is a face-to-face meeting with those in your community, so you know who has your 6 when shit hits the fan. Now, for tonight's show and all the shows we do here on Blog Talk, we enjoy it when you call in and participate. And that number to call, area code 914-205-5773. Again, number to call to participate in all of our shows, area code 914-205-5773. I'm now opening up the phone lines. Come on in and call in. And joining us tonight, right off the bat, is our Lieutenant General, my second in command, Christopher Weathers.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, Bobby, you're going to have to give me a minute. I'm getting ready to pump gas.
All right, no problem.
All right.
And our captain from Wisconsin, Captain Warner Slacker Munson.
Wisconsin. And Miss Wisconsin to you.
Wisconsin. And I'm waiting on our other host, Colonel Kimberly PURVIS, wherever you're at, Kimberly. She probably fell asleep.
Yep. Or she's chasing after one of her personalities.
Yeah, one of the 10. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, I know. So what's the topic tonight?
Lots of pictures.
Damn it, I don't have no computer.
No, we were going to continue on from the homesteading link that Kimberly found a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, I got to look at that. I haven't had a chance. Well, today I could have, but I wasn't doing nothing today.
That's every day.
Whatever. I was definitely a slacker today.
Makes it no different than any other day, Lorna.
Oh, whatever. I can work circles around 20 years old. I can work 3 circles around your ass.
Yeah, you keep on talking.
She says she's got to drop Peyton off first, and she'll meet me at the house. Okay, no problem.
You got the TV on or what?
Waiting for her to back out. She's sitting there running her mouth. She looks over at me and rolls the window and goes, "What? You gonna go?"
I'm still trying to find. That's my brother-in-law.
Oh.
Thanks for the warning.
I am looking for what? Oh, she's on now. She finally woke up. Is it Sybil?
Shut up.
Karen?
I was awake. I was in the kitchen.
The one personality slapped the other personality awake.
Oh, no, I've been awake. I was actually playing a game, and then I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, I got plenty of time. It's only a couple minutes after 7. Then I had to go to the bathroom. Then I had to go check my dinner. So I was like, forget it. I don't care. I'll get on here. Oh, excuse me. Whew, I need a damn nap, even though I took one today.
Yeah, all you old people need them naps.
Oh, shut up. Not sleeping stuff, okay?
I had a few today in between getting woke up by the girls.
Okay.
So how much did you drink today, Lorna?
Too much. That's why she was a slacker all day.
None. Absolutely none.
Liar.
I got my 3 days in last week. I'm good for a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Till next week.
No,
Or
till
tomorrow.
tomorrow morning. Till tomorrow
Right.
morning when she has her crowning coffee.
No.
Right.
I might have to go to church and have a Bloody Mary.
So, before we get started on tonight's show, I know some people have been saying, "Boy, you've been venting a lot." No, I've just been dealing with stupid people, and and it's gone beyond stupid. Okay.
Hey, Kim, let me give you a
yeah.
word of advice. Stay away from everybody.
That's why I don't leave my house.
This coming from the guy that never
only...
gets off his knees and has to have it laying up with ice on it.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Major slander, boy.
Funny.
Anywho, my advice to people is if you're going to talk shit about something, make sure you know what you're talking about before you decide to talk shit. No, and but I told Bobby, this is how stupid people are. No, I told him. This is why I got to argue with somebody. Well, not really an argument. More like, are you fucking kidding me? So a guy was saying, and I got to use color here. So a white guy was saying that he's Jamaican, and everyone was arguing with this guy that he's not Jamaican. You're white. So.
Oh boy.
No, listen. Oh no, this is one of those entertaining conversations.
Yeah, I read it in the staff room.
Yeah, so a friend of his said, "No, here's our yearbook. We went to high school together." And it was a black guy, and they both had a Jamaican accent. So somebody freaking comments on this video, and he says, "No, you're African American." So I just said, seriously? They're Jamaican. They said they're born in Jamaica. If you can't hear that, and they're talking, and he says, "Yeah, but Jamaica's in Africa."
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Now let me correct you on one thing though.
What?
As far as African American, name one black person that you know from Africa. If you were born in America, you're an American. There is no African American about it.
Well, see, and that was just it. No, that's just it. Because I said, dude, before you make yourself look like a bigger ass, get a map. Because Jamaica is right below Cuba, next to the Cayman Islands. And then somebody else said, "Well, you're an idiot." How the hell am I an idiot? I know where the fuck Jamaica is. And so someone said, "Well," and I'm so tired of hearing this about indigenous people. I get it. And they're like, all white people are European. Really? The last time I checked, Australia wasn't Europe.
Okay, my question is, where in the hell are you meeting these morons?
Oh, no, I'm not meeting them. I'm getting into a conversation and just off of social media, and so I'm like, oh, my God. This is what happens. I will just say so much shit and block them because I just
there's
can't.
only one way to fix stupid. You know that, right?
Oh, I know. And it's about to become legal.
Well, I've got a list.
I got a list, and I'm going to go hunt these idiots down. No, seriously. I am so tired of hearing this indigenous people and all white, the European white people colonized every country. No, they didn't. No, because Spaniards from Spain went country hopping, and they were in India. And
so did French. So did India. So did the English.
But most of the people, like in Jamaica, they were colonized by Spaniards. I had to look it up but yes, Native American Indians or indigenous. Yes, the Indians were everywhere because they started out in Jamaica and then now they're in America somehow. But apparently people have this affliction in their head that all black people are from Africa and all white people are from Europe, which they're not.
Because it must be this new history that they're teaching.
No shit.
Or geography, one of the two.
People need to go learn geography because let me tell you something. You go find a Cuban or a Puerto Rican person and tell either one of them they're Mexican, Guatemalan, Nicaraguan, and watch what happens to you.
I want to see that. I'll take bets on that.
My aunt was born in Spain. She's a Spaniard, straight up Spaniard. But her parents moved to Cuba when she was 9 or 10 years old. And then they came to America. Don't ever call her a Cuban because she hit my dad. My dad called her a Cuban. And, she laid him out on his ass. But, and it's the same thing for black people. Not all black people are from Africa. Because Haiti is mostly black, and they're called Haitians. So I'm sure if you call a Haitian an African, they would get upset. So people need to understand that I don't give a rat's ass what you think. If you were born in another country and you were raised there, that's what you are. I mean, that's simple as that. But anywho, I digress. I'm off my soapbox. I just think that if people were gonna talk shit, please know what you're talking about.
Right.
I don't know. It just makes it look stupid. You know.
You want to see stupid? You should read the letter I sent to Bobby that my cousin wrote.
I'm trying to think. So from our conversation the other night about Biden, he is going to sign executive orders about the guns and the extended mags and all that bullshit. And North Korea, again, shot missiles at South Korea. You know, so they're pushing and all that crap.
Just be prepared.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting uglier. In Israel, I saw something about this. In Israel, high school students are not allowed to take their exit tests. Like, you know how we have them here in the United States? I didn't have them back in the day, but they do now. That you're going to take a proficiency test before you can graduate. Well, in Israel, every single student's health records have been sent to the, I don't know who's got them all, but in order for them to graduate, they're going to take the vaccine.
Oh, my God.
And it's happening in Canada as well. It started in Canada, too. So now, if you do not have that little vaccine passport, whatever they want to call it, you cannot go into certain areas of Israel, and you cannot buy anything, food, clothes, gas, nothing. That's it. It's already started in Israel. So, guys,
I can't believe the Prime Minister of Israel is actually doing that.
I can't either. So something's up. I can't believe that. But I saw it on Facebook. I think it was Facebook or somewhere. A woman, she was in Israel, and she was the media's been blacked out. No one's allowed in. I mean, it's bad. It's getting bad. And I guess Canada's starting it too. So now I could see that from Trudeau. In all honesty, I could see Trudeau doing that. But
yeah, I can see Trudeau doing that because he's a Muslim.
Yeah. I mean, it's wow. So
he's converted over Muslim. My thing is, so he's gay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
how's he a Muslim convert? I have no idea.
Because Muslims do not, well, they stone them to death and they throw them off of tall buildings if you're gay.
But he's a man.
So how does that work?
He's a man. He's a man. He's a man.
So?
And so, well, women are crap in the Muslim world. You have to be totally covered except for your eyes. You're not allowed.
Well,
you have to be covered
I know that.
by. Yeah,
I know that. But anybody that is gay is not is sentenced to death in the Muslim world. Bottom line.
Hold on. All right.
I mean, am I right, Bobby?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I have heard that too.
Okay, hold on.
Seriously. In the Muslim world, if you are gay, you are sentenced to death.
No, I know.
Yep.
But here's the thing. There are gay Muslims. And
then they're not true Muslims.
Huh?
Have you ever read the Quran? Have you ever read the Quran?
No. No, I haven't, and I never will.
Well,
my understanding is that they do use sodomy for torture. But no, if they find out you're gay, they will, you're dead.
But I think the difference is if you're over there in a Muslim country or in America or anywhere else. I think that's the difference. Because you're not surrounded by Muslims.
Oh, my God. I
don't
know.
That's the
I
only
don't want to understand it because, to me, if you go by the Quran and believe in the Quran, you're an enemy of the United States. Plain and simple.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You have the Muslims and radical, but here's the thing. Sodomy and homosexuality go against the Christian Bible, too. And yet it's accepted here in America. But, you know, Muslims, I'm sorry, if they follow Muslim, Islamic, the Quran, they have to be in the closet because if they're out and a radical Muslim comes across them, they're dead. That is not acceptable.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And I think that's why a lot of Muslims leave Muslim countries if they're gay because they don't want to be killed.
Well, a lot of them that leave Muslim countries, no matter what their religion, there's very few countries accept homosexuals. Very few countries, believe it or not. I think the United States and the UK and possibly Australia are the only ones that actually accept them. Most of them barely tolerate them.
Oh boy!
I don't know about Asia.
Well, it's making my head hurt trying to figure all this shit out. I mean, I'm not, you know. It's
I know.
stupid, if you ask me. All of it.
See, that's why.
It's a sin. That's the, sodomy is a sin, whether it's with a man or a woman. It's a sin. And having sex out of marriage is a sin. That's the main reason homosexuality is a sin. It's not because
did you know
can't
sodomy is
love
actually
somebody
against the
of the
law?
same gender. Huh?
Sodomy is actually against the law in America.
Yes,
it's
I
still
know.
on the books. They just don't knock on your door. Hey,
enforce it.
You taking it up the rear? Okay, you're good. I mean, they don't. Nobody cares. I'm sorry about putting it down. I had that conversation with someone years ago, and someone said, "Yeah."
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So, with all of the crap going on, people really need to stop and think. Where are they at? In a big city, or in the country, the mountains, the desert, prairies, wherever you're at. It doesn't matter. Do you have a stock of food, boomsticks and freedom seeds? And for those of you know, good joke. Freedom seeds and boomsticks.
Okay, I got that.
So you really need to have your, like your bug out bag, or if you're going to stay in your home, how secure is it? And that's what we've been trying to do as much as we can, like on the homesteading. And we need to get more videos. Oh, by the way, I bought that book for the homesteading. Don't get it. It's a waste of $10.
I could have told you that.
Well, no. It was supposed to be 10 books. I got one. And it was the hydroponics book. But, which is still okay.
I got those books that John recommended, and I have looked through all three of them, and I'm keeping them because they definitely have some useful information in them. I memorized what would be immediate use and stuff that might be, for something in the future. Definitely will keep them. I do still want to download a book for the edible plants and medicinal shit because I can't memorize those. I want pictures.
Well, here's the other thing. If you can, because I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if there's ever an EMP, and it could be from a solar flare, there goes your electricity, and the internet. Now, if it's downloaded to your phone or your tablet or your laptop, whatever, then that's okay.
Or a USB, download it to a USB. That's where all my books are.
Yeah.
On a USB thing. Because I don't think that will be affected.
They do make solar-powered battery chargers.
Yep.
I've got one of those. So those are good to have. So you can charge your phone, and then you'll be able to keep whatever you have downloaded. That's not because some of those books you have to have the internet. Not all of them do. A lot of them it's already on your device.
I don't buy any. Yeah, I don't buy any that I can't download.
Yeah. But we do need to get more videos made and put out.
Tim.
Yeah.
I want to let everybody know, because you just mentioned it, about an EMP. There is ways around it.
There's what?
There are ways to protect your electronics, small electronics, from an EMP.
Faraday boxes. Yeah,
right.
Faraday boxes.
I made a Faraday box. I have one.
Here's the thing. With a solar flare, they would know when it was going to what you call it?
Solar flare from the sun, the EMP, the fallout.
Solar mass ejection or something. I can't remember what it's called. But they'll know, usually, roughly. But the only thing is if we get an EMP from whatever, you may not have time to put your shit in your Faraday box. That's the whole problem.
Well, here's the thing. My plan is if I may start every night putting them in.
Let's see. How long does it take to get to Mars? I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
Why do you want to go to Mars?
Oh, I'm looking up on the internet, and as I start typing, it says I was putting how long do you have, and it automatically comes up with some of this weird shit. So no, what I was asking is we're gonna say if an EMP hit DC, right? How long does it take? I mean, is it like regionally, or would that be it kind of like spread, like if a volcano goes in the ash cloud?
Kimberly, could it be like if they set off a nuclear bomb? You know how you have that? You see the mushroom cloud and then it spreads out. If it's something similar with an EMP,
that's what I'm talking about.
Like waves. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure though. I guess they go to sleep somewhere.
Okay, if you have an EMP and it hits DC, how long does it take for it to affect more than just DC?
Oh, it could branch out quicker than shit.
So it's not like like a volcano when the ash cloud goes out and it takes a little while for it to spread.
Oh,
this
no, and that's why everybody's worried about it.
So you're talking seconds, not minutes.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so even if it hit D.C. and you live in California, right? How long? I mean, is it like minutes that it hits California too, or would that be a little longer? That's what I'm saying.
I'm not really totally up on it, but if anything, it'll take just a couple minutes to reach from coast to coast. But that's the plan of it, though, is that once they hit it, it's going to take out the whole country.
So, Bobby, I have a question. Are you saying one EMP on the East Coast, for example, would take down the whole country?
It could.
It depends. That's what I'm looking at right now. It depends on the type of EMP pulse. If it's from a high altitude nuclear explosion, hold on.
You guys are echoing really bad.
Yeah, I have my music.
Everybody is. Hold on. It doesn't say on that little. But I guess it depends on what kind of EMP it is. Depends on how fast it spreads.
Right.
Oh, shit. Oh, never mind. That was the question. If it travels as fast as the speed of light. That's pretty damn fast.
So here's another question. Here's another question. So the EMP will take out the whole electric grid, correct? So it would be faster for them to take out the electric grid by setting off an EMP than actually shutting down the going to the buildings and shutting them down that way. But which one would recover more quickly?
I think it would I think if it kills the electronics, that's just you just SOL. I mean.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Would they really use an EMP if they plan on taking over? Do you understand? Because if using the EMP
I see
is going to...
I see what you're saying.
So that's yeah, because if you're being invaded, they don't want to completely destroy the infrastructure. Otherwise, they'd have to start from scratch, and I don't know that they'd want to do that. That's why I was asking about the different types of EMPs, and would they really set off that type of EMP that's going to destroy the whole infrastructure, or is there something else that they could do that would do the same thing without completely destroying it?
It'll destroy cars.
If they're going to strike with an EMP, they're going for the gusto.
Yeah.
They're not just going to sit there and attack one little area or one little thing. They're going for the whole thing. That much I do know.
Okay, so here's the next question then. So if it's an outside invader like China or Iran, I'm assuming they would use an EMP. But what if it's local, like these idiot progressive leftists? And would they be? I'm thinking local, they would probably go for the electric grid rather than the EMP.
Right. But you still get the same effect because you're messing with all the molecules and all the transmissions and internet services, everything that controls everything electrical. That case scenario. That's just going to be local. That's going to be, maybe a state here and there. But somebody like China or even Iran, especially since the idiot freaking let them start building nuclear weapons again, that's the first thing they're going to do before they throw a nuclear weapon out.
Right.
Yeah, because an EMP is... that's it. Anything electronic is fried, unless your whole house is a Faraday box.
That's why I was asking. Does it depend on who's doing the attacking?
Now, China may want to invade America, but not to take it over, but to just destroy America. So China is the superpower of everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we get most of our shit from China anyway. So they don't get very much from us. So they wouldn't care.
Right.
And there would be food shortages within days. They're already seeing a shortage now. I just saw something about the gas prices going so high that truckers can't afford it.
Well, now they want to put a tax on miles. Also, that tanker stuck in the Suez Canal, it's still sitting there. Some ships are going to try and go around Africa, but some of the ships, they're not designed for that. So, the few ships that will try, it's going to add 2 weeks to their travel time. And they have to worry about pirates and the weather. That's why they did the Suez Canal to begin with.
Yeah, and that's what they've already said. They're seeing shortages already for the few days that it's been stuck there.
And that's why they did it.
Yeah, everybody stock up on toilet paper.
Who did it?
And hand sanitizer.
Who did it?
Who did what?
How did that tanker get stuck there? With all the cargo ships.
Okay, well, I've heard a couple of different theories. They tried to say it was the wind, and then some guy who investigated or whatever said that there was something wrong with the ship system just shut off in the middle of the night. All the lights, everything went down, and they lost control of the ship. Then today they've got it out saying something that it was human error. So it definitely wasn't the wind. And they're saying that it was not just a glitch in the system, that it was some kind of human error. So, they're really not sure. Maybe it was sabotage. Who knows? I don't think they really do know. The problem is getting it out of there. Because here's another thing. It's not just blocking the Suez Canal, but because it's not being I can't say the word. It doesn't have like buoyant. A buoyancy. Yeah, it's not buoyant. The middle is starting to sink in, and it could crack and let out the oil, the fuel, the tanker fuel, which was going to cause even more of a problem. And not to mention the fact that those shipping containers, nobody knows what's in them. We're not going to touch the conspiracy theory.
They do. They do know what's in most of them. And they're wondering because the ones that have evergreen on them, that goes back to the trafficking. But it's a Japanese-owned cargo ship operated by a Taiwanese company.
It's not Japanese-owned. Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
I thought I saw something else. Okay. I didn't know it was Japanese. No, I'm saying I didn't know. I thought I saw they said something else. I thought they said Pan Am or Panama or something like that. It was out, maybe it's out of Panama. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is that it seems that this is not the first time Evergreen has had some problems. Back in 2014 or was it 16? I forget. One of their tractor trailers had the same similar problem in China. It blocked traffic on a highway for a while. It's going to be interesting to wonder what's in some of those containers, those shipping containers. I know there are a lot of theories going around that there are humans in some of them. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is some illegal or contraband. I mean, look in Philadelphia. Did you hear about the ship that they got right now in Philly with all the cocaine?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, people are already starting to see the effects because there are goods that's in there. So when you just say when you go to the grocery store and you buy non-perishables, it's like we don't touch certain items, and we have them put in a certain place in the house in the pantry, and that's when shit happens or whatever. And we run really low, and then we have another whole shelf that's for what we use every day. But definitely, before it disappears, buy toilet paper because it'll be gone again. I don't think. Have you guys got your cleaning supplies back yet? Your Lysols and all that, or are you so shortages of that?
Store?
Well, you got.
Well, in the stores, they're still limiting what you can take of certain things. But
what about you, Bobby?
You have to understand something. In our house, we don't use a lot of those cleaning supplies. We use vinegar and water. We use soap and water. You know what I mean? We use cloth things to clean. We don't use a lot of that crap that's coming that you get from China and whatnot anyway. And we, after the last fiasco, we invested in a bidet. So we're not really worried if there's no toilet paper.
Getting out them unmated socks.
Huh?
I said start bringing out them unmated socks.
Oh no! We took like old T-shirts. Take old T-shirts and cut them into, and you wash them. And if they take out our electricity, guess what? There's a bucket with a scrubbing thingy. I'm not, you know, my sister and I, we come from a time when we didn't have all this shit that they got today.
That's
I
why
feel sorry
said
to
the Amish will outlive us all. I'm just saying. Because they don't have electricity, they don't have phones, they don't have cars. They're going to outlive us all. So get some Amish friends.
I do have Amish friends. I have a number of Amish people that really like me. Because I get them, you know, I'm really good at my job. You know, so I'm not worried about it. And the Amish really are very, very nice people. They will gladly help people that ask.
Oh, yeah.
You want to learn how to build a house? Just ask them. They'll help you.
Okay. Did Weathers ditch already, or is he on still?
Oh, of course he did.
He's probably out drinking. He's out drinking. You know, sitting by the fireplace.
No, it's Saturday. It's his weekend, right?
Yep, it's his Friday.
Okay.
He's
so
working.
Anywho, so we left off of our homesteading at animal and livestock raising skills. Now, I know that depending on what state you live in, depends on how much acreage you have to have per animal. It's like cows. What is it? For one cow, you have to have at least 1 acre of land? Or is that horses?
That's a horse.
Okay.
I think it's a horse.
So you got to have enough land to really do any livestock for homesteading.
Chickens.
I would say at least 10 acres. Chickens, you need a yard.
Yeah, you don't need much for chickens.
So, know what kind of fencing you're going to have. Most people, when they have livestock, they use electric fence, or they use the barbed wire. My dog's on crack. She's flipping out. And things like that. And some people use the iron fence, and some use the split rails. I don't recommend split rails, but I've had to wrangle up cows. No, I've had to. When I lived in Tennessee, someone had split rail fencing for their cows, and I'll be damned if I didn't go down the road and there's a little calf, and it climbs out through it. So,
really?
beekeeping, yeah. Oh, yeah, them little fucking boogers, they can get out of anything. Beekeeping is another thing that a lot of homesteaders do. They use the honey, of course. The beeswax you can use for candles and soaps. But if you're allergic to bees, well, then you just, like me, you're SOL. You should have a barn if you're going to have livestock. A lot of those sheds that a lot of Amish build those sheds, by the way, to keep your hay and your grains and things like that. And make sure you keep your grains covered, but because you don't want them to mold, and then it's no good. Then you can't use it. Let's see. If you're going to raise animals like rabbits, pigs, goats, whatever, it's best not to get attached to them. If you're raising them for food, don't let your kids give it a name because you'll never be able to kill it. You'll never be able to kill it.
When I was a kid, we had a rabbit hutch in our backyard, and we would go out and play with them, pet them, feed them, name them, and then, a few weeks later, they'd be on the dinner table as a treat, you just have to learn, you just have to learn that they're not pets. Just because you're treating them humanely.
Yeah, but most kids don't understand that concept.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
This is why you name it. This one's Saturday, this one's Sunday, that one's Monday, and that's how you name. Or this is baked chicken, that's fried chicken. That's
Did you ever see that movie with what the heck is his name? Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson. It was called The Giant. Did you ever see that movie? And, you know, the kids, they had this turkey that they raised, and then at Thanksgiving, you know, they come to the dinner table, and they're like, you know, well, what's that? And, you know, find out it was their pet, and, you know, they leave in tears. Yeah, so I get what you're saying.
So another thing you could do is you could make your own dog food. You need, and this is on this website that we have. Well, it's not ours. We found it, but it actually has. You could go on it, and it has the recipe or the instructions on how to do something. But for this one particular one, you need 2 pounds of raw chicken liver or beef liver, 2 cups of cooked brown rice, 1 cup of chopped carrots, 1 chopped broccoli, the whole head, 2 cups of water, and olive oil for the pan. And to be honest, I hope that it smells better than what it smells like when they make actual dog food.
Okay, my sister for months made homemade dog food. And she used no chicken. I mean, you could, but she made raw dog food. She didn't cook it. So the rice was cooked and the veggies were cooked, but the meat wasn't. So she only made like 1 week's worth at a time. And she got like the organic meat instead, the same meat that we ate, the dog ate. And she would put it in the blender all together. On the dog loved it, and he had a shiny coat. He was healthy. His soup was good. So yeah, homemade dog food is definitely not a bad way to go.
Wow!
And it doesn't smell.
People can actually eat this. It looks like beef stew. Is what it looks like. Wow! So this is. But here's the thing: don't add salt or anything to it. The dogs don't need it, and never, ever, ever, ever give your dogs onions. Don't give them onion salt, onion powder, not even chives are different, but the white onions, yellow onions and stuff, it's toxic to dogs. Really? Yeah, I found it out the hard way, and so were almonds. It's not going to kill them. Yeah, it's not going to kill them. But their body, it depends on the size of the dog now. Don't get me wrong. A Chihuahua probably could not have as much as, say, a Pit Bull or a German Shepherd or a Mastiff. My daughter's dog actually ate a whole bag of Hershey's Kisses. Aluminum and all. It ate them all. And it didn't do anything to her dog.
Oh, wow. Not even diarrhea?
Might have. This was a couple years ago. But the thing is, it takes so many ounces per pound of dog. So I think it was like 4 ounces to 10 pounds of a dog.
Okay.
And it could kill the dog. So, but if now I had to find this out. A vet that I took my dog to, they said dark chocolate is okay. And when I mean dark chocolate, I mean like the cocoa that's 70, 80, 90% pure cocoa.
Right.
And it's going to be a little bitter, but anyway, it is important if you do have pets, and when we had the shortage of the toilet paper, when this damn virus first started, we actually could not find dog food. Dog food was sold out. So we buy 50-pound bags. We don't buy the smaller bags. Even when there was nothing going on, we always bought the bigger bags. But,
that's all I ever buy.
Yeah, and you could go, like Pedigree. you could actually go to their website and buy food from Pedigree, and it's cheaper. And you could get, because there's a brand that my dog should be eating, a certain kind of Pedigree, but you can't get it in the store. And you can only get it from their warehouse. So I don't know why. I forgot what it was. She can't eat the beef Pedigree, but she can eat the chicken. For some reason, her body does not tolerate beef. So I make sure she never gets beef. So.
Well, I have to admit, I am going to stock up on some kitty litter and cat food for at least a year. Make sure I have at least enough for 6 to 12 months.
Now, cat litter is good for things other than cat litter.
Yes, I know.
For obvious reasons. Well, no, if you have like a gas spill, oil,
right.
any chemical. But believe it or not, when you go to factories, Lorna, does your factory, do you deal with chemicals, oil, gas, or anything like that?
At where I work?
Yeah.
Yeah, just isopropyl alcohol and lacquer thinner.
Oh, okay. So for the lacquer thinner, do you guys use cat litter to absorb it if it spills?
To tell you the truth, I don't even know what they have. I don't think so. I think they just have mats. No, they at a bunch of the companies, the manufacturing, the warehouses that I've worked at, they actually have big buckets of Tidy Cat, the yellow clay cat litter, and that's what they use to pick up spills. Hey, they work. In the other building where I used to work, they did. But there was a lot of oil leaks. There was a lot of oil leaks and hydraulic fluid leaks.
Yeah, and so it's something that's good for. I don't think, Bobby, what else is, activated charcoal, the black, like for fish tanks and stuff, that's good if you're trying to make an air filtration system, but.
Air and water.
Is there any, and water? Okay.
It takes out the impurities.
Now, you know, when a fish tank, when you have the charcoal and then you put the white cotton on top of it, do you have to do the same thing for? Oh, okay. Does it matter what kind of cotton?
No. As long as it's cotton. Yeah, as long as it's cotton. Actually, cotton or even that burlap bags.
Oh, okay.
Because burlap.
So would you put?
Is like hemp. You can strain water through hemp and be able to drink it without being sick.
Do you put it to the charcoal first and the cotton underneath, or you put it on? Or does it really matter?
There are several ways to do it. The best way that they show in diagrams is make like a 3-tier like tripod, and you have a little pan at the top where you would put your charcoal and your to start to trickle through down to the second one, which they recommend that you put, like I said, burlap sack or cotton balls. And then the final tray at the bottom is where you collect your water.
Okay, so that's just what I was wondering if it had to go, which way it had to go through first.
Yeah, it's the same way that they set up the. You ever see the filters that you screw onto your kitchen sink, like Pure? Okay. Well, if you look at the diagram on the box, that's exactly how it's set up.
Oh, okay.
And what it does is it just filters through the charcoal so that you get pure water.
Oh, okay. You know those life straws they're blue and they're like it's a little cylinder. Those are great if you have a couple of them. They're only $10 at Walmart. It's good for like 100,000 uses. So, and I've only used mine like 5 times.
So many of them, it doesn't even have funny.
Huh?
I have like a shit ton of them. I used to make them.
I don't know. Now, you may know. We might have to question. Well, that's why it's also good to have chlorine tablets, bleach. It's good to have that handy to sterilize, not steril. Well, it wouldn't be sterilizing water, but to purifying it. If you're ever out, and I've had to do this. We went out hiking. We ran out of water. We didn't realize it because it got really hot. So we found a flowing stream, and it went through the green moss. It went through sand, rocks, and it was actually quick-moving water. It wasn't like and we drank it. We didn't get sick, but it's not, always recommended. But don't drink stagnant water. It's not really good to do that, because that's when you get all your microbes and your germs and the cootie bugs. Well, this is so anyway, this homesteading thing, it has how to cut, bale, and stack hay, how to milk your livestock, milk your cows, not your bulls. Knowing the basics of animal breeding, raising chickens. Now, for chickens, you have to know, what is it, 1 rooster for 10 chickens? If you're going to have
something like that.
Yeah, to raise more
because
chickens.
I know I was looking at it. I wanted to get like 3 chickens and a rooster. And I wanted to make sure that it could service the 3 of them. But I think it's something like 1 to 10.
Okay.
I didn't need them.
And if you
many.
want eggs, you can't give your chickens just grain. You have to get oyster shells. And you just blend it together. It's crushed oyster shells, and that's what makes the actual shell. But this says you can make your own chicken food. And let me see, la-di-da-di.
I'm assuming in nature they don't eat oyster shells.
No, they eat pebbles and crushed rocks and stuff like that. And they have to have. This is what I was told by someone when at the co-op. They said you have to give them crushed oyster shells.
What about
in the wintertime? It says
or gravel.
Or what?
Gravel.
Gravel, yeah, gravel. The pea is it pea gravel?
Sand is finer.
Well, you could take stones and you crush them up. That's what gravel is.
How do you crush a stone?
You crush it.
That's why I said pea gravel. And you get a ball peen hammer and you crush it. No, I don't know.
You smash it.
There's ways around it.
Why can't I just get sand?
Because sand don't work.
Yeah, sand don't work. So here's the thing: if you're
gravel,
because if
you're raising,
it'll constipate them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to get gravel. That's good to know. I didn't look into all that. I just figured I wanted a couple of chickens because I could stick them in my bathroom if I had to travel. But
well, here's the thing about chickens.
You have to let them have gravel. It's just like any birds that you have, like cockatiels and your expensive exotic birds. You have to have gravel in their cage. Because that's how they digest their food.
I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Seriously, though, I decided I wasn't going to have livestock that I would just, get wild animals, to eat because I don't want to be a farmer. So I don't mind the herbs and the veggies and all that stuff, but I'll just catch a lot of fish, or I definitely am going to be working on snare traps, this summer if we make it to the summer.
I know, that's the way I feel. Now, as far as your chickens laying eggs, that's why they need a roost. Because if you don't have a roost, they'll lay eggs everywhere, all over the friggin' place. So a trick that I've heard, and I've actually used this trick, some chickens will not lay eggs. They won't. So you take a fake egg, a plastic one. I don't care what color it is. You put it in their nest where they lay, and they'll lay an egg. My second mother-in-law, she's the one who showed me how to do it, and it was pretty cool. And you just leave it there, But and if you leave the eggs a certain amount of time, you can't bring them inside because, especially if you have a rooster. Now, if you have no rooster, well, then it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't have little surprise chicky-poos that way. It also has incubating and hatching. Know Your Livestock Birth 101. It has a book, instructions in there. You can make your own farm feed. Basic life. Now, see, this is why it's good to know because you're not always going to have a vet. Now, they have typical vets for domesticated animals, and then you have a livestock vet. But I believe they all do the same thing. But also, if you're going to raise ducks or chickens, make sure you have a place for them to go at night in a roost because you have to worry about coyotes, foxes, snakes, and things like that. Because I started out with 7 ducks. My dad had a pond, and they all disappeared because there was a fox that came and took every one of them, one at a time. What's another? I can't remember if it's not a fox, but
raccoon.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah.
No, I know a snake will eat the eggs.
Yes, my brother had that problem with his chickens. He had more problems with snakes than anything.
Mongoose?
No. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a mongoose. Yes, that's what it is. Also, hawks, chicken hawks, and that's why they call them chicken hawks. If you, like, when I lived in Tennessee, we were going to start raising chickens, and we were going to put a lot of the fencing in trees because it gives cover. And some people, like in that show from Alaska, they take chicken wire and cover the whole entire thing, the whole fenced-in area. Even, they have their roost, and then they actually they make it and they pitch it like a tent so they could go in there and walk in there and pick a chicken, whatever. Because you got to protect your chickens and stuff. Oh, that's thunder. It's about to storm here. So yeah, protect your stuff. Also, it talks about restraining your livestock. You got to have stalls for your horses. Cows are typically out in the open, but I feel like when it rains, they got to have somewhere to go. So I was thinking to have like overhangs, out there in the field where they could at least sit under it when it rains. Pigs, don't you have to? for pigs, wouldn't it be best if they have like a little? I know they're gonna have a hog pen, but do they need to have?
Pigs do go inside. Yeah, you do have an inside for pigs.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was on Long Island when I was a kid, we grew up around a lot of farms, and the one farm, it was a pig farmer. That's where I learned about slaughtering, how they slaughter an animal and clean it and make sausage and stuff. That was an extremely interesting experience, and we'll just leave it at that. As well as killing it. I know how to kill chicken and, pluck it and all that crap, and I know how to steal eggs from wild geese and ducks. That's a fun experience.
This even has about raising goats. The thing about goats...
I know nothing about goats except they like to play.
Okay. The thing about goats is them little bastards, they're cute. You can make get goat's milk out of them if it's a female. They will eat your grass down to the dirt.
Yep.
To where they have nothing but dirt. They eat everything. And when I say everything, they will eat clothes, cardboard. I don't care what it is. Them little bastards will eat it. So make sure they have their, and I suggest rotating where they're at. The same thing with horses and cows. You got to rotate where they go. Unless you have like
sheep.
Yeah,
sheep are the same.
You know, sheep are the most docile animal, a livestock that you will ever see. They're so pliable. You can do whatever you want, and the sheep will be like, yeah, whatever, okay. Just feed me and love me, and that's all I care about. They don't care. But if you have like 100 acres of land, who cares? Let them grow. Just make sure you bring them back to where they have their little domicile. I do believe all animals can coexist, horses and cows, not pigs. I thought pigs you got to keep separate. But goats, I know goats and goats, cows, and horses you could put together if you have to. Chickens terrorize everything, and so do goats. Hold on a second. My dog is, oh my God, got in the trash. Sorry, guys.
It's a dog.
She's a terrorist. She's like a freaking goat. She eats everything. I kid you not. My dog ate a coat hanger. And pooped pink plastic.
How big is your dog?
Huh? Like
how
50
big
pounds.
Is your dog?
She's 2, and she's a pit. And she's a pain in my ass.
She chewed it out, huh?
Oh, she chewed it, she swallowed it, and pooped it out.
My big boy ate my lawnmower, and the other one ate my drill.
My first pit that I had. Oh God! Well, I wonder if he's still alive. Ate a half a bottle of my antidepressants, and he ate a bullet, and he ate the spring out of my 9mm. Yeah, the little bastard lived. We had to take him to a vet, and he was the happiest dog for like, I don't know, a week because he didn't care. But, back on the subject of animals, I know a lot of people that are farmers that grow corn. Okay. Some dogs, dogs love chewing on sticks, right?
Uh-huh.
Don't give your dogs corn cob.
Yeah,
because they can't poop it out.
That's not good for them. Yeah, I heard that
too. They cannot poop it out. It will constipate the dog, and they will need surgery. When I lived in Georgia in the 90s, I had to take our dog to the vet to get, its shots and stuff. And I swear to God, this freaking animal that must have been, I don't know, over waist high walked between me and my daughter and I about shit a brick. And it was a friggin' Newfoundland. And it was I swear to God, it looked like a damn bear. But, and that's when I fell in love with them because they're so cute. But he said that dog had just had surgery. And they were telling me about not giving dogs corn cobs. It doesn't matter what dog it is.
I heard that. I'd heard that before. I've heard that before.
Don't give your dogs chicken bones either because they splinter.
Yep.
And that goes for turkey as well. Don't give them
or humans that don't chew their food well.
Well, no. See,
or pork.
Was it?
Or pork bones.
Was it pork bones? Okay. Well,
pork and chicken.
We gave our dogs a ham bone, and they ate it. But
I had Ralph in intensive care 3 times. 2 times was from finding deer carcasses that hunters didn't track their deer, and Ralph inhaled food and was chewing it, and he got bound up pretty good.
Now, see, this I just looked this up, and it talks about rawhides, and it's usually made from the hide of animals, usually it's cows. But like the vet was telling me, it's not wise to give your dog rawhides. They have what is it? Not cow testicles. It's one of those animals. They dry them and they make rawhides out of it for your animals.
I thought rawhide came from either deer or beef, cows.
It comes from cowhide.
Yeah.
Where is it? It doesn't even say. But what kind aren't? Uncooked bones are not safe for dogs.
Well, actually, that's wait a minute. Actually, raw lamb bones are okay for them to eat because it's soft, so that if they chew it and eat it, you don't get the splintering. Because my sister, like I said, she did a lot of research. She's a organic health nut, and she figured the dog had to go through all this shit too. So she did a lot of research on it, and it is actually okay for.
It's cooked bones.
Right.
Splinter. Raw bones don't. Okay.
Right.
But it says wash them to remove the harmful bacteria.
Correct.
Large bones, like cow and pig, those are for like your bigger dogs. So they can't eat pig bones. They can't eat ham bones and stuff, pig knuckles and things like that. But it's usually recommended for bigger dogs, not your Chihuahuas, your little Shih Tzus and them little dogs. Because it says smaller bones like rib bones, bones from steaks are more likely to break and cause internal injury. But the thing is, when I give my dogs rib bones, they're the big-ass rib bones, not these tiny little, you know what I'm talking about? The little, the small rack of ribs. So I do it. And, the beef bones, particularly the large ones, are the safest for dogs to chew. So they're dense. Cow bones are dense, and so it's a lot safer. Lamb bones, like you were saying, they don't break apart easily. Let's see. The majority of animal bones aren't particularly safe for your dog to chew on. Well, that didn't answer shit. Chickens, duck, turkey are the ones that you don't give to your animals.
Don't give them any fowl, and no kind of fowl.
Yeah. My kid's dad, after we got divorced, his current wife had a Chihuahua, and that jackass called me freaking in a panic. He gave her dog chicken bones, and it died. Yeah, the Chihuahua died after eating a chicken leg. He called me freaking out. I'm like, well, dumbass, don't tell her you gave it a chicken bone if you don't want her to kill you, which he didn't. And he just said it died from something else. I'm like, wow.
That's sad when you're afraid to tell your spouse the truth.
No kidding. So deer bones are not as dense as pork bones. So, like I said, depending on the size of your animal, would depend on how big that you give them. But anyway, you can just look it up. What My Pet Child is the website I just went on. But there's a bunch of things, and it is important to know also what not to feed your animals. Don't give dogs raisins or grapes because they're toxic. Onions. What else? I know I've mentioned it before and I forgot. Shit. But just look it up. What foods can my dog not eat? And almonds, and they'll tell you. It's not like a huge list, but anyway, this website has how to slaughter your animals, or they call it cutting and slicing. How to tan the hide if you want to keep it. What the freaking hell is fodder?
Fodder?
Yeah.
F-O-D-D-E-R?
Yeah.
You mean like okay, cannon fodder. It's like stuff that's left over. Like it's fodder. You gotta look it up. I know what it is. I'm just obviously not doing a good job.
Fodder is sprouted cereal grain like barley and wheat for your horses.
Oh,
wow.
Well,
yeah. See,
I was told it was the garbage stuff, the stuff that you don't
compost.
use.
That's
no,
compost.
No, not garbage. Not garbage as in garbage.
Oh, slop?
Stuff
you mean like when you slop your pigs?
Huh?
Like when you slop your pigs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pigs
aren't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, pigs aren't as nasty as people think they are. They actually don't like mud. They don't like mud.
No.
But they do it to cool off, but they really don't like mud.
They actually like dry dirt better.
This has how to trap mosquitoes. And all that
trap
cool stuff.
Mosquitoes, just put water. You just put water in an old tire, right?
Well, yeah. Or here's what I did when we went camping. I kid you not. We would just take a jar and put water in it and poke holes in the lid. Go set it somewhere else, and the mosquitoes go in the jar. Same thing with flies.
And then they lay eggs.
Leave you alone. Huh?
You know, for garbage slugs we use beer.
You should have something in the water like Dawn dish soap or something so the eggs when they hatch they don't fly back out.
Oh, okay. I usually just throw it out. Get so many in there.
That'll do too, yeah. But if you're like me and forget about it. If you're like me and forget about it, there you had to put 1,000 more because you got eggs.
Yeah. So that's it for your livestock. We could go ahead and just, because we're only on number 84, by the way. And I'm not going over you could do this yourself. Just go look at this website. I'll repost it again. And it's 145 ways for homesteading. That's what it's called. And like I said, every single thing, you just click on the red, whatever the writing is, click on that, and it'll give you instructions, directions. I don't care. It has everything on there, which is pretty cool. So there is an app. I know on iPhones you have your Apple Store. Something good that I have personally, because I use it all the time, or at least I did when I went out and did shit. But there's, yeah, I know.
I like
there's a naturalist, a home remedy app. Let's see, where's it at? The Audubon app, and it tells you all the different birds. And then there's all trails. It'll tell you every single trail in America. And then, let's see, what was the other one? Okay, and then there's a survival one. You need to get a survival one, which is, there's a survival medicine, survival tactics. I mean, it's got everything in it. Wild berries and herbs.
In Telegram, can you post the link?
Huh?
In Telegram, can you post the link?
I'll post them. But the thing is, if you have an Android phone, it might be called something else. So, because not all iPhone, or not all Apple and Android apps are called the same thing. Because I used to have a mushroom.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You said it's an app, not a book. Okay, I thought it was a link to a website.
No. It is. But I'll take a picture of the actual app, and you could go and look it up. But there's one for mushrooms and fungi, and what it is if you find it, a mushroom, say, right, any kind,
right,
it has a list of all of the edible, and it'll tell you edible, toxic, deadly, and all that. Or you can actually take a picture of it. And then what the app does is it will show you every single thing that mushroom resembles.
Mm.
And then you have to decipher it.
That's nice. Yeah, if I don't get rid of my phone, that's definitely a good thing to have. I'd rather have a picture book to download or buy.
Now, see, the mushroom one, you don't need the internet. Strawberry one, you don't need the internet. There's one for trees. Because you can take the bark or the root of a sassafras tree and make sassafras tea.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, my ex, I didn't trust him. I'm like, no, you drink it first. I don't trust you. I shit you not. I made him drink it first. I'm like, no way. I got life insurance on myself. I don't have any on you. You drink it. And when you don't die, I'll drink it. Yeah, it was a love-hate relationship. I love to hate them, and that's what happened. But yeah, and then there's a plant one, and there's one called Picture This. Don't get it.
Share links and stuff online on Telegram.
There's an app called Picture This. Don't get it. It's not worth it because you get 5 free pictures that you could take of a plant, tree, whatever. But the problem is you got to pay for it monthly, and it's like $15 a month and hey, look, unless you're made of money, who gives a shit? But I'm not gonna. There's other apps that you could take a picture of something and shit like that. But there's a lot of, I can't remember if on most of your mushrooms, when you look under the cap, if it's got gills or if it's smooth. Bobby, are you still around?
He's sleeping.
No, I'm hiding.
You're hiding.
You're hiding. What are you hiding from?
From you.
Hold on. Can you not eat? I can't remember. Which one is it? If it's like gills or if it's smooth that you can't eat.
You're asking the wrong person on that one.
Oh, I thought you knew.
Weathers was the one that's into the mushrooms.
Okay.
I'm into the psychedelic ones.
I used to have a friend that grew mushrooms in his closet.
All you got to do is go out to a farm and go in the cow patties and pull them out.
Now there's a mushroom. It's called a bolete, right? It's called a bay bolete mushroom. See, here's the thing. That's edible, and it actually looks like it's smooth on the top, but them little bastards can get the size of a plate, a dinner plate. And some of them you cannot eat, and some of them you can. So that's why it's important to know the difference. And chanterelles are the best, and they grow wild everywhere. And they're great. But this app says avoid red mushrooms because they'll kill you.
Say why?
They'll kill you. They're toxic, highly deadly. Now, a button mushroom is the ones that you get in the grocery store, right? Right. That's the one that you get. Now, there's actually one called a snowball, and it resembles that.
Oh, they're good.
Would you eat a snowball?
No, no. There's this one that it looks like a snowball. What the heck do they call it? They've got my sister. We were part of this free veggie, unusual veggies, and we got like oyster mushroom. No, but we got this one that looks like a sponge. Another one is called lion's mane. That's the snowball one. No, we didn't have that one. We were looking at the pictures, and it looked like a snowball.
Okay, I'm gonna put this link on our page or in Telegram too, because the chanterelles and the chicken of the woods, they're both orange and yellow, but the chicken of the woods is massive, and they grow in layers. It's edible, but you got to watch out because ants like to burrow into those when they grow on trees. Chanterelles grow where there's a lot of water, and they don't grow they do grow in water, but they'll grow around water sources and ponds and stuff like that, and they grow in the woods. When you have a lot of, and they have to get them in the fall. You can't get them any other time. But when you pick chanterelles and chicken of the woods, I do know for a fact for these, try not to pull the roots up. See if you can break them at the stem, because they'll keep growing year after year. And the more they grow, the bigger they get. But these things are massive, the chicken of the woods. But there was one, that one goes inside out. An ink one. I'm trying to think. The morels, a lot of restaurants actually buy those.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it looks so good.
Enoki mushroom, that looks cool. But there was one, there's a false morel, and then there's the real morel. But false morels are toxic. Very dangerous. Cool. They have a giant puffball mushroom, and I will, like I said, I believe it's the puffballs that are. Hold on. Those are actually used for medicine. If you have a wound, they're good for that. Oh, okay. So here it is. The immature puffballs or snowballs, you can eat them, but the more mature it is, the spores are toxic. That's why you can't. They don't recommend you eating those. Yeah, but it is the ones that that looks like gills. Those are the ones you eat. You don't want to eat the smooth ones. So, but anywho, I'll keep this app, and I'll let you guys see it because it's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, there's also an app on your phone you could get, and it'll tell you every single mushroom there is, and the plant, edible flowers, foraging for wild berries. There's also make your own fire starter that you can have. What's my dog growling at me? You heifer. My dog's sitting over here on the couch. He's like growling at me. As far as a fire starter, I know. Okay, Bobby, do you know a lot about the fire starters, or is that Weather's area? The King Slack. Apparently, neither one.
I
He
know
uses a
some.
lighter.
I know some.
Aside from matches and a lighter,
Matches.
Was
You
it-
know what a perfect match is?
a what?
A perfect match.
No.
My ass in your face.
Yeah, I know.
You
Match
ever
made
seen
in
it?
hell. I know.
Hey, have you ever seen an asshole wrapped in plastic? Look at your ID card.
That's funny. I know this is something you should keep. They say they're waterproof matches, but I don't know if they are or not. Keep matches, of course, in a bag or in whatever bag you have, but put them in a watertight container. But you can also take cotton balls and Vaseline. Take a little smudge of Vaseline. Don't surround the whole cotton ball, but get a couple
Yeah, Lorna.
cotton balls and take a little teaspoon or your finger, whatever, and just put a dab on there, and the Vaseline with the oil that's in it, it will burn longer and in time for you to actually make the fire and whatnot. You can rub two sticks together. I've done that, and your hands hurt like hell.
Or a magnifying
I know
glass.
this way. Yes, a magnifying glass. Also, now this you can't take out with you anywhere, but if you take the, back a long time ago, back in the day, those big projector TVs that people had, that was when the large screen. Okay, there's a glass. It's not glass. It's actually plastic, but it's behind the screen, and that's what magnifies. And it's got 3 light bulbs at the bottom: your red, blue, and green. Well, you take that clear magnifying glass out of it. If you put a frame around it, you could actually use that to start a fire or cook with. Believe it or not, I've done that. So. Yes, and it actually does show you. They have a string that you tie around the stick, and you can use it to move it back and forth, kind of like a hacksaw. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh wow, you can make waterproof matches. Okay, I did not know that. This even has proper handling of firearms and the storage of firearms. Here's the best safety tip about firearms. Actually, 2. 1, keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it unsafe. And don't point it at anybody unless you intend on shooting them. I mean, that's best safety tips you can get. Proper storage of firearms. Don't let them get wet. Don't let them get in the dirt and sand because it get all the grit and grime in there, and it could also cause your guns to malfunction. Weather's the king of knots. It's not on here, and it's kind of hard to describe how to tie knots. That's something more that you've got to actually see how to do it, and I believe he's done the video on what was it, 3 different knots that he taught? 2? Okay. So there's hunting, butchering, fishing. This thing has everything. Sharpening your cutting tools, how to clean fish, which is so much fun. This has knowing first aid and CPR. I'd like to be able to teach people how to do it. It's kind of hard without seeing it. You can't get certified unless it's the Red Cross, American Heart Association, your fire department. I don't know if the police department does it or not. I'm not sure. But it is advisable. I do have a video on a first aid bag. A lot of the stuff I have in it, you don't have to have. Because unless you're in the medical field, you have to be properly trained on how to use it. So you don't really need to have it unless you know of someone who is a doctor, a nurse, even a vet. Shit, they'll come in handy in the when the shit hits the fan. So I'm going to leave it with the last 45 things to do next week, and because that has for the next subjects how to read a map and a compass, making booby traps. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff in there. And Mr. Weathers better keep his ass on the show next week because we could. Yeah, I know. And it says other self-sufficient living skills. Well, no, we need, because he knows a lot of the stuff.
I know he does. I enjoyed his videos.
I don't know if John does.
Since I'm not on Facebook anymore, I don't get to watch them.
I don't know if John does, but we could use his help too. Ooh, you could make mosquito repellent, organic mosquito repellent. Skin So Soft is something that does repel mosquitoes. It's the blue one. Mix it with some water and you spray it, or you could just use it straight, whatever, and just rub it up. And it does repel mosquitoes, by the way.
That's that thing from Avon? Is that stuff you're talking about from Avon? Yeah, my sister, we get that.
But that is, I guess that's enough for tonight. I'm trying to think if yes, I've already gone over that you just can't make this shit up with people. Damn, I did it at the beginning of the show. I should have done it at the end. Any birthdays? Anniversaries? Didn't Lorna just have a birthday?
Yeah. And
happy birthday, old lady.
Thank you. That was a couple days ago. And I'm still 25.
You're still 25?
Times 50.
I'm going to be 40 this year.
Yeah, sure you are. For the 5th time.
I'm going to be... When I turned 35, my kids got me a birthday cake that said, happy 39.90. No, I was turning 40. My bad. And the cake said, happy 39.95. And the woman who did the cake had no idea what that meant. I'm like, if I got to tell you, then forget it. But you know how women, we never
29.
We never round up. If it costs $39.99. Oh, babe, it costs $39. No, it's 1 penny from 40. Doesn't matter. We round everything down.
I'm
all the time.
celebrating. I've been celebrating. That's why I've been quiet with my brother-in-law. It's his birthday today.
Oh, Phil? Happy birthday, brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law.
Is it Phil?
Barney. No,
Oh.
Barney. Their youngest brother.
Well, happy birthday, Barney.
Yeah.
We won't embarrass you with your age. We won't embarrass you with the age.
He's 39. He's got one more year to go to 40.
Ah. How many times has he repeated 39? Well, for guys, it don't matter. It doesn't matter about guys on how they age, bastard. But I'm trying to think. Aside from the jackass who told me that Jamaica is in Africa, I swear to God, I just get a kick out of that shit. I'm going to have to find more stuff. You guys can also find anything that's really funny. And, if you just shake your head at it when you hear it.
Just look at Lorna.
Yeah. Oh, guess what the governor of Tennessee did? Finally, he did something right. You know what he did? Transgenders cannot compete in women's sports. You have to show if you're a transgender guy, you have to show your birth certificate of what gender you were born as. And if you were born as a man, you cannot participate in sports in Tennessee, in female sports. It's about
Didn't another state do that too? Didn't another state do that too?
I don't know. This is the first one.
I
just saw it on my...
Excuse me. Okay, there are two other states. South Dakota is doing it, but Christie has not signed it yet. And in my opinion, she has some very valid reasons for not signing it the way it is. I don't know how Tennessee has theirs worded, and maybe she can talk to them. But unfortunately, the way it was presented to her, it would have cost the girls more than it would have helped them. People are like, oh, well, she caved to big business. But she didn't. What she's doing is, if she signed the bill as it was, it wouldn't have mattered if the boys weren't allowed to participate, because the girls of South Dakota also would not have been able to participate in anything other than the sports in South Dakota. So she's trying to make sure that transgender cannot participate in the sports, but that the girls can participate in sports outside of South Dakota. Does that make sense? So she may want to talk to Tennessee.
Well, no,
and
what Tennessee is, what they're saying is, in a lot of states, and especially now Biden said it's okay, if a man says, I'm a woman, and even if he gets the sex change or not, it doesn't matter. He still has the physical attributes of a man, and they're dominating women's sports. It's like and that's wrong. You need to make look, here's the thing. You either let that transgender man or boy continue to compete in the boy sports, or you make a transgender sport.
I agree.
The female MMA. It wasn't for the adult women. It was for girls, I guess. He crushed her skull, cracked ribs, and beat the piss out of her because he's a man, a male.
And he also probably has violent tendencies towards women.
No, it's just the fact that how the MMA is. MMA is exactly that.
I know what
it's
MMA
mixed martial arts.
But why would he want to go? Why would a man want to fight a woman?
Well, that I don't get. But my opinion is the reason why transgender men or whatever men want to compete in women's sports is because they're not good enough to perform in their own sports. And so you've got to outdo a woman. And, hey, I may be wrong, but from what I see, it's like that boy wrestler. I feel like a woman, so I'm going to compete in women's sports, and I'll just dress like a woman while I'm in school. That's bullshit. Because he sucked at men's wrestling. So, but hey, it's just my opinion, not the opinion of everybody in the group.
I
give our
agree
little
with you.
disclaimer.
I'm just saying her South Dakota's governor's reasoning for not signing the bill as is made sense. She said that they need to reword it in such a way that it cannot be used against South Dakota girls, high school kids. So what she may want to do is talk to Tennessee. I don't know how her state Senate worded their bill. Maybe it's different than what Tennessee
I don't believe
did.
that girls.
Tennessee.
I don't believe girls should play in the boys' football. That's why you have girls football.
Either.
You know, and same thing with track. You have boys, you have girls. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just so not politically correct.
I agree
I'm the
with
wrong
you because
person to ask.
No. You're right. Because if they put the boys into it, the girls are out. They're out mastered no matter what. When you put the girls in with the boys, you have to lower the standards in order for them to apply. Like, look at the military. They're getting rid of all physical testing.
No. They're testing you. You still have a PT test, but now it's on your job skill. That's how they're doing it. Is your job skill?
Yeah. That's another topic. I think it's wrong.
Huh?
I said that's another topic, I guess, but I think it's wrong.
What?
That you join up the military, you're supposed to be physically fit. They've changing the standards of the physical fitness.
It's okay. Here's the reasoning, and I can almost guarantee this is the reason why. Because Al Qaeda don't give two shits if you can do a 2-mile run under a certain amount. They don't care how many push-ups you can do or how many sit-ups you can do. You do PT every day. Every single day you do PT. Okay. You still have a height and weight that you have to go through. If you fail the height,
I have a question. So basically, you're saying they're going to let in all these women and then fail them.
No. Everybody still has to take PT. Okay. The older you get, the amount you're expected to do is less because the average person cannot do. Like mine for 100% on my push-up was 12. I did 50. Okay. So, I mean, and I was 37. And so each bracket you go up, you're expected to do a little less. But what I'm saying is you already do PT every day. And if you're overweight, you go to Fat Boy PT, which you go after your work day is done. You have to do PT twice a day. Okay. Right. So you're still getting it. You're still getting your PT. You're still staying physically fit. So what I'm saying is I was a medic. So they're changing it to make my PT test to go what a medic would do. I think they still included the run. I'm not sure. But like infantry, who cares? So they would have to be in full battle rattle and carry their weapons, carry a certain weapon a certain distance. So that's what they were gearing up for when I got out. they were just starting the phases of doing that, gearing it more towards your job. So, but that's still the same thing. Men are still faster than women or stronger, and you always have like I don't know what the 18-year-old girl is expected to do a 2-mile run. It's not far off of a man, of an 18-year-old boy. So I'm not really 100% sure on that. But that's all I got for this week. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Monday, I have no idea. I know it's our history or our whatever natural. We could go over more in depth on EMPs and the solar flares and all that crap.
That would be nice.
Bobby.
Yeah.
See, why didn't you answer me the first time? Monday show, we could go over stuff like
you
EMPs.
know there's a 16-second.
I forget. I know, I forget. It feels like you're being ignored. No, go over EMP, solar flares, and stuff like that. Possible nuclear bombs. Good.
We're down to 2 minutes.
Anything in that area. It's just because of what's going on now. Yeah. The comets, the black holes, or meteors, whatever you want to call them. But that's all I got for tonight.
All right. It was another great show. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Lorna.
Thank you. Very informative.
I'm so
Bye.
There's the first. God bless America. God bless our kids, our troops, first responders, veterans. And God bless the Defenders VII.
God bless Lorna.
And everybody have a good night. Thank you again.
Good night.